Hello and welcome to this series on Flash Essentials. In this session we will look at the ACTIONSCRIPT. We will try to make buttons and use ACTIONSCRIPT to be able to control an element through the button. So I'll make 3 buttons. One to control the height, the other to control the width, and third one to reposition it, the vector diagram, the symbol that I create. So height, this one will be the width one. If I click this, the width should change. This third one would be the positioning one. So, all done. Now I will just select these buttons one by one and F8 to convert to symbol. So this is going to be a button. I'll name it height B. This again F8, convert to symbol. Okay, the instance can be width B. Similarly for this, again F8. Okay, and the instance will be position B. So I have my 3 buttons now. Now I will import a graphic, so I'll just import to stage any picture. Okay, let's take this eagle. Right, so I have this eagle here with me. Now again I'll press F8, convert it to a symbol, and the type would be a movie clip. Okay, instance name eagle. Right, so now what I want to do is I want to be able to click this and change the height of the eagle. This, when I will click the width should change. Position to reposition the eagle. Now for this I would have to then basically write an action script. So action, I can create variables called my height equals maybe 200, variable my width equals 150, and then I'll write down the function. So this function can be any name. I'll just write click height button. This is going to be an event, would be of mouse event, because we want the click to be activated. This would return nothing, so void here, and within this I have to write down the function. So the function which I want is, I want the eagle to get the height equal to my height. Now with this, what am I telling the function to do is that the eagle, this was the instance name of this particular eagle that we had here, its height is equal to my height. I could have easily given 200 here. This could have also worked, but we generally give these variables a name so that if I modify it here, I don't have to modify every point and find out where my height is basically being used. So that's the use of using variables. Now if I just run it, what will happen? Nothing. Because okay, I have a button, I have a function, but then this function is not linked to the ETL as of now. So the instance name of this button was height B, and this height B button is now getting an event. So we are adding an event listener to this. And what kind of an event are we adding? We are adding event dot click, and what function do we want to run on this? We want click height B to be called whenever such an event occurs. So what is happening? Whenever I am basically clicking the mouse, this particular function is being called, and this particular function is basically increasing the or decreasing the height to 200 pixels. So let's see if it works. So control enter, and yes, the height has shrunk. Now similarly we will try and make other functions for it. So I'll just copy this, paste it here, and do the changes. So I'll say maybe click width button. That's the function I would like to call for the width, and in this we'll change the width, and the changes would be to the width variable. And we had given this instance of button the name width B, and the function to be called would be width B. That's the change which is required. All done. And let's see. So height, width, and yes, I have a smaller ETL now. Now I want to reposition this using the position. So again, I can then write down another function. I'll just maybe again paste it and do the modifications. So I'll call it, that's the position button. As just let me check the name. What was the name of this? POS. Okay, position button. Right. So B, yeah. Okay, function name click. I'll write click position. Button, this can be it. And I want the ETL X to be the position X. I can again assign it to some variable, my height also, so it would basically move the X position to 200 pixels. Or I could hard code it and keep it somewhere around 100. And ETL dot Y equals maybe 150. So what I want is, I want this button POSN button, position button, to add to this, and the function which will be called would be click position B. Right. So hopefully we've got it straight. Let's run this, and yes, it's moving. The width is changing, the height is changing, and I'm able to position it to a, so we had X 100 and Y was 150, so that is why my ETL is coming here. So this brings us to the end of this tutorial. See you in the next one.